Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Oh, this is too funny. The guys over on the MQL5 forum said my videos aren't appropriate because they show my brand. Um, in other words, my internet handle, TheRumpledOne, they consider a brand. My tagline, or our rallying cry, drain the banks, is considered a brand. Basically, these guys just don't want people to see my work over there. I guess, that group is so threatened by the work that I do, the indicators I write, the methods I show, that they're basically banning me without banning me. They're just saying that my videos are just not appropriate for their thread. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, let's get going. Let's talk trading. It is February 2nd, the year 2018, NFP Day, and we'll do the weekly wrap up. Before we get started, as always, I put up the money and risk management screen, just as a reminder. Okay, NFP Day. Well, it's already happened, and it's hard to tell from the weekly chart here, but obviously we didn't break the weekly high or low here on the pound dollar. But let's look at the daily. Well, it obviously put in a daily low, but we really can't tell what happened from NFP on this chart. We can look at the ranges and we can see the couple of the US pairs, for the most part, seem to have put in either ranges of 100 pips or close to 100 pips. So we'll look at that a little bit closer in a moment here. But it looked like the pound hit yesterday's high and reversed. So, NFP. Let's see. It is about 6:36 my time, which makes it 9:36 New York time. So if we move back one bar, this is the bar, the hour bar of NFP. So, are there any hints here? Well, we've got lower highs. It failed to make a lower high. It broke out of one low, two low. It went to the bottom, and you can see here it almost hit the weekly open, and now we've got a bounce. So I hope you guys traded NFP well. I've done a video or two on NFP. Maybe next month, if I can remember, or somebody reminds me the day before, I will have the NFP charts ready. But basically, to trade NFP, I think the smart move is you place pending orders at the previous day's high and low. You have a buy order here. You have a sell order here. So obviously, yesterday's low was 141.58. So if you would have had a pending order at 141.58, there were pips to be made. You could have probably picked up 10 or 20 pips. Thing about NFP, you want to take your pips quick, unless you're really going for the long trade and you guess right, because price can whip around. But that's just one simple way to play it, especially if you can't be in front of the screen while it's happening. You can see here at this point in time, there was no rat zone because price was in this consolidating. We had this break to the downside, but here we did put in a daily low, and if you would have traded off that bounce, even though right here, right after NFP, about there was the trigger line, put in a new low, started reversing, it's coming back, and you can see what happened. Once again, simple, 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 not difficult at all. Open, pivot, fade the pivot. There you have it. And in case you're wondering, right here was the weekly pivot, right about the daily S2. You can see once again, here's the weekly open. And the pound reversed off of that level. Price action, green followed by red, rat reversal this time, and right there's your trigger. Or if you want to play the trigger red green, when it breaks the low of that green, there was the trigger. Or if you're trading a horizontal line with the candle color, there was the trigger. So you see, once again, simple price action. 3-ball, green at the line, there you go. Or as I showed before, we put in a new low, we came back, we crossed above the previous candle's low, and we took that trade to the north side. Simple stuff, not difficult. And once again, looking at the 5 lines from yesterday, you can see here there was a lot of action around yesterday's close, and if you're trading the candle color at the line, there was money to be made. But just sometimes when you're trading candle colors at the line, you need to look at some other price action too. Lower lows. So you can see here, price came all the way up here. If you would have taken that long trigger, you would have probably had to take in this stop out right there. But you see here, you're moving into this area, this tight range area. Now, clues were, you see these big candles going up, well, what goes up must come down, right? So that was a possible clue here. And you can see here, reversing right here, yesterday's low. Remember, basically trading is guessing. You take educated guess, statistical guesses, but none of us know what's going to happen next. We really don't. Sometimes we guess right, sometimes we guess wrong. You know, let's just face the reality. If somebody knew what would happen next, the market would cease to exist. It's that simple. The wick zones, once again, price doesn't like staying in the wick zone. There, exit, it's going back in, it'll probably come back out. Don't know which side, but that's the remain to be seen. And once again, the holo right here. See, price got in that zone, came back out, created a new H1 low right here. Price came out, and there was pips to be made. Now, one thing about the holo, you can see these big runs, but you see here a lot of times price will return. So that's why trading in the holo, get out your exit playbook, you know, take some profit each time. You know, once you get into the holo trade, you can start to look at the price action, and right here, what's price action telling you? Right there. See, all you had to do was take your pips off the table. You probably would have gotten mad. Oh shoot, I left pips on the table. Then it comes back up, gives you another opportunity, and here you go. But once again, chances are you would have taken your pips off the table there. Maybe you leave some on the ride. That's up to you how you trade. Because maybe when you took that entry, you might have put in a BE+1 let's see, where did this candle come back to? 60. Yeah, see, it would have taken you out at break even +1, and then you would have been really mad. That happens to me a lot. But hey, that's trading, you know. Or maybe you would have just left the stop at the high here, +1 or 2, and you never would have been taken out, and you would have been exiting down here. So there's different ways to trade it. Oh, the squigglies. Should I just take this chart off? Where's price since I first opened the charts? There we go. Price is down. Reasons not to trade long, reasons not to trade short on the different time frames. And looks like price is going down. We've got more reasons not to trade long. And looking at the tick chart here, you can see here price peaked, the bid peaked, ask came below the the bid peaked here, the red line, ask came below that and is going down, down, down. And you see here the bid did not cross above the ask and price is still going down. So the green is the bid peak. The red is the bid peak. Too early. The green is the valley of the green giant, right? So what we're waiting for here, and you see this by this blue line, it's putting in a lower peak right here. If the bid can come above this area here, then we know price is going up. Okay, let's see. Can the bid get above the valley? So that's what we're looking for in the tick chart to signal a possible reversal. But as you can see here, the bid's just touching it. It's not crossing it. And to me, that means that price is going down. You can see, let's see, can you see it? No, can't see it there. Right here, we just had a cross. So it's possible price may continue up for a while. And you see here, unless the ask gets below, and it didn't, so this might be a way you can watch this to stay in a trade. So right now, we'd probably be up a pip or so. But this is a way, looking at the tick chart. So you see here, until the ask gets below this red line, price, we've got the buyers buying. I mean, and if you think about it, you've got a bid and an ask. The bid and the ask. If the ask drops down to the bid and starts going below, then obviously there's no buying strength. Sellers, right? So right there was no buying strength. And look what happened. You see that? Right there. So that's another way of looking at the price action. And so if the if the bid gets up through the ask, then there's no selling strength. The buyers are pushing the price up. So, fellow traders, I hope you had a good NFP day. Hope you had a great week. And remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off. I'm going to go enjoy the weekend. Hope you do too. Super Bowl, go Patriots.